Folks, welcome to the spring edition of the 15-Yard Files. It's turkey time already, and just like last year, we have some exciting footage coming your way. But our first hunt, right off the bat, we're going to be headed to Florida, to where we always start our spring season with Wayne and Jill Shelby of Fraser Family Farms. And this year, I'm really excited because I'm going to be chasing Osceola gobblers with my bow and arrow. And folks, if I'm successful, it's going to be my Grand Slam turkey. But right now, let's get with Annetta on her hunt. She's sitting behind the 12 gauge on a big Osceola tom. Can't see him. Killing.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was the most perfect morning. Awesome. We put out 3 hens and a gobbler, and they came right to them. I thought they were going to come a little too early this morning because it was pretty dark, but they stayed out there, put on a show before they came in and put on a show. Boom, and they continued to put on a show for another 45 minutes. This is a morning to remember. This is my second Osceola ever. Both with Wayne, both on the first day.
Yeah, you're doing good.
It's crazy good. And you know what? Both my Osceolas have been amazing shows too. Yeah, they're...
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That first one jumped on top of the decoy too.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah, that one guy, after I shot this one, he did not want to leave. I don't know how long he'd been here if it hadn't been for his buddy coming over. The big strutter came in. But we gave him some time. They put on a show for a good hour and a half after that, and I finally got to see my bird. He has some whopping spurs. Look at him, really heavy. Nice spurs. His beard's a little wet, so it doesn't look as big as it did, but it is a nice one. Look at the curl in it. And head, I don't know if I got quite enough pellets in the head. I think I shot a little low. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you done a good job. Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now it's time to get cow one.
He's on the ground already, Annetta. All right, he's in front of me. See him strutting down there. The first two gobblers are taking their time coming in, and I called and called and called. Finally, they approached the decoys, but they never would interact with the decoys the way I needed them to so that I could draw my bow. But two other toms were gobbling in the background, and I saw them slowly making their way into the field, but when they spotted the decoys, they came on a dead run, and that big tom, he was ready to fight. Stay on him, stay on him, stay on him.
That right there is what you call getting your nerves completely wore out. I don't know how long we sat there, but it just goes to show you. When you have a great decoy and you're hid, you got a good setup. You got two camera guys, Annetta on one, Wayne on the other. little blind in front of me, and my Grand Slam. Well, here we are, Polk City, Florida with Wayne Shelby, master Osceola guide, the best there is, right here. Put me on my very first Osceola with my bow, Grand Slam, #1 right here. Sir, thank you very much.
Buddy, I enjoyed it as much as you did, believe me. That was exciting. That was a good hunt.
My nerves were completely wore out this morning. All them long beards just kept piling in there. I kept waiting to draw. I was going to shoot any of them. I don't care. One of them was getting it. Finally, one of them got on the decoy, gave him a beating, and the rest is history.
Buddy, I seen you shaking. That's the first time I seen you shake.
I don't shake very much. Put her there.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Enjoy it.
Yep.
Wow, those were 2 exciting Osceola turkey hunts. Let's talk about the tips and strategies behind both of those hunts and what they have in common. Well, tip #1, folks, always set up in the dark. If you can go in the dark before that old gobbler wakes up, get your decoy spread set out, he has no idea that you're there, you're going to be more successful. And on both of these hunts, we roosted our turkeys the night before. And tip #2 is when you're hunting in large fields like we both were, make sure you use multiple decoys. Set out 2 or 3 hens and a tom, because Osceola gobblers and a lot of times other gobblers will fly out into an open field as far as 200 yards and land. Couple reasons. One, they want to get away from predators because there's always predators trying to get a turkey. And #2, they like to get out there and strut and gobble and get all the other turkeys to come out in the field with them. And you can see the strutting decoys on both hunts is what made the gobblers come right in on a string. And #3, make sure that when you harvest your turkey that your background is clear. You can see on Annetta's hunt that there was a Jake in the background all the time. He was wearing that hen decoy out, so she had to wait until she had the perfect shot to make it happen. So folks, if you try these 3 tips, set up in the dark, use multiple decoys on your setups when hunting big fields, and make sure your background is clear, I know you're going to have a more successful and enjoyable turkey hunt. Thanks for being with me today on the 15-Yard Files.
Where you can't see the forest for all the cottonwood trees. My little humble abode sits back in a hole where nothing don't bother me. And in the spring of the year when the big birds strut, you can bet I'm gonna call. I'll be hunting tom turkeys and eating deer jerky that we killed back in the fall.